Hi, I'm Vivian, food, hospitality, and corporate artist. It is my gratitude to have guest of honor of Sabah Institute of Art. Sorry,
Okay.
Rehearsal, I think rehearsal is okay, but no problem. Just proceed lah.
Hi, I'm Vivian, food, hospitality, and corporate artist. It is my gratitude to have guest of honor of Sabah Institute of Art, Professor Dr. Yong, the President of SIA, and Ms. Dayang Masuri binti Abdul Rahman, the Chief Executive Officer of SIA. And we also have special guest with us today, the Advisor of Environmental, Mr. Chong, the local consultant who is expert in EAC IAQ as well. Welcome to Professor Dr. Yong and Ms. Dayang Masuri. Okay. Before we proceed from here, according to my knowledge that Mr. Chong was your student and graduate in SIA during the time you were his lecturer. Kindly share us what do you feel about him, the difference between during his time at the college and today.
Okay, thank you. The first difference is the name. Because I made it difficult to call him Rice Chong because I always call him Jackson. So that is a very much different lah, change name. So I need to keep on reminding me Rice Chong. Okay, so Rice Chong actually he graduated in SIA since I think 1996. It's already 25 years. Sorry, can I keep on watching there or?
You can.
Sorry, rehearsal anyway. So okay. So the difference during his time and today, so I think during his time, actually in the class, he is I can say he have a lot of questions to ask. It's a person, so it's a person. He always ask question one. So actually he is very hardworking. But I know his perspective drawing, I mean the interior design, he is doing interior design. For his interior design, the program, because during the time I teach from A to Z, so I know a lot of things, a lot of the good one or bad one for all the students. So for Rice Chong, I still remember, he's very hardworking, and then he keep on asking a lot of things because he is not very good in perspective drawing, as I know, the sketching, especially the freehand sketching and coloring is a bit poor than others . So and then the class I remember the class among the class very competitive, not like nowadays. During that time I think compete each other. Yeah, they always to fight for the best in the class. So he is very hardworking. He know himself not good in sketching, coloring, and perspective drawing but he is very good in detailing. Am I right
Yes.
He is very good in detailing, all the details, all this and that. He is very good. So. And then after that, when after he graduates, actually not often contact each other quite long time. So I'm also busy most of my time in China. So today, much different is he is entrepreneur now. He has his own business. So it is very good and very happy to see that. Yeah, especially in the Indo A quality Stanex this business also related to interior design. So interior need this kind of service okay.
During Rice Chong as your student, what would you foresee about his future, like things related to talent, character, and attitude among the students in the class?
I think this one I covered it already. Just I covered that already.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Professor Dr.
So maybe during the actual one, maybe can How? Also same thing ah.
Same.
So let me think about it lah. Anything want to add on?
Yes,
Sorry.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
Let's proceed to the third question.
All right.
Okay. Professor Dr. Wilson Yong, what is your plan in upcoming future that you need your student, Mr. Rice Chong, to contribute in return to Sabah Institute of Art?
Okay, for his talents in this, I mean the environment, the indoor air quality, standard, all this kind of business, I think it's very good for Sabah Institute of Art, for our SIA, because we're offering architecture, we're offering interior design diploma course. As you know, this is very good for our students to know about this, we call it IAQ, is it short form? IAQ. It is very important. Just like my time, actually, during my time, I still remember for interior design, I teach a lot of like aircon, electricity, because all related to interior design. But I think during the time, we didn't touch about this topic, because no expertise. Now, since Rice Chong is an expertise in this IAQ, I think he can contribute to our students more knowledge on this. It is important. It is very important, as I know. Yeah.
Professor Dr. Wilson Yong, all of us have been facing the impact from COVID-19 pandemic and rest our time almost for 2 years. You serve as a president of SIA. What is your planning strategy and implementation to make such each and every batch interior design student are well equipped in IAQ technical knowledge which is useful to needs of industry and society?
Actually, yeah, it is correct. During especially the COVID, the pandemic affected all the professionals, industry. I mean, even in education industry also all affected, because it's very difficulty for people to come back to the office to work, and not easy to find jobs at the moments also. So I think this one, the IAQ, I mean, can I say just IAQ?
Yes,
In short form?
can.
So IAQ is like my earlier just now mentioned, it is very good for our interior design students. So I think it is good to implement. Implements can implements to the programs, to let the students know, to gain more knowledge about the IAQ. So even now, slowly the student come back. I think it is the right time. Maybe can organize a workshop, although it is not in the syllabus lah. But I think can through the workshop and through the seminar, to let our students know about the knowledge about IAQ. It is very helpful actually for interior design, for indoor, for decoration. It not only for decoration, but this one is for health. For health, because if everybody actually stay indoor, I think it's more than half of our times staying indoor than outdoor. So I think it is important that it is very important for our health. So I think IAQ can help. So I think hopefully everybody will know more about this knowledge. Okay.
Ms. Dayang, you serve as Chief Executive Officer.
Okay.
Ms. Dayang, you serve as Chief Executive Officer of Sabah Institute of Art. Besides providing knowledge and practical to every student by generation in handling good design, what do you and your team plan achieve on value-added information which applies to Blue Tech, Environmental, and IAQ?
Okay, thank you so much, Vivian. Okay, so for this question, actually, for SIA and also especially the interior design programs, we have been upgrading our syllabus since the pandemic, because most of our own lecturers, they are aware of this kind of situation, and in the same time they also trying to provide better syllabus. But like what you mentioned just now, other than that, we also do a lot of collaboration with a lot of industrial players. These industrial players are coming from different companies and also association. So part of it is, for example, like now, we have a collaboration with Mr. Rice with the IAQ technology, which he calls it the blue tech, is it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so that's it.
Ms. Dayang, is there any strategic planning and preparation in continuously updating the student teaching and learning method with the current technology and pandemic situation needs?
Yes, we have been planning. Okay, Mr. Rice and me, we have been planning to. He told us that he would like to have a workshop with the students, and there will be a lot of sharings to provide the students in terms of this new technology of blue tech, and also how this air, what do you call this, IAQ,
Indoor air quality.
indoor air quality could be useful during this pandemic time. Okay, so actually there's a lot of things that the student need to learn, not only from the lectures but also from outside. So Mr. Rice has already shared with us a lot of these plans.
Ms. Dayang, SIA as the only local design music Ms. Dayang, SIA as the only local design and music college in Sabah, will you able to provide more competitive course than KL College?
Yes, of course we actually been thinking of not only become the only design and also music education institution, but we are actually looking forward to become bigger than that. So a part of that, we're thinking of including a lot of programs that actually can be contribute in providing better idea of what has the pandemic effect towards everyone, and be put inside the syllabus itself. Yes.
Professor Dr. Busenyong, based on your personal view, will the knowledge of kitchen electrostatic air cleaner benefit your interior design student and society?
Yeah, I think so. Yes, because this is for me it's the new things lah. During my time I never heard about this lah. So I think it is as I know this is new things. Is it a new thing?
Yes.
It's a new things. I think it's good for the kitchen.
Yes.
No? For the kitchen, especially because for Chinese lah, maybe we cook very oily, the kind of things.
Yes.
So this one can help lah.
Mm-mm.
Because I didn't know much about this knowledge lah. Yeah, maybe you can explain this air cleaner how does it work for the kitchen?
Actually, is this thing has been happening for 20 over years in Singapore, where the shopping mall, the hotel, or any coffee shop, whatever they do the cooking in the kitchen, they must treat and collect the cooking oil inside the air cleaner. Whatever you discharge out of the building, only hot air. They don't want to pollute the air quality, and they do not permit the cooking oil mist to stand on the building because of fire risk. So this is how the whole system is about, and especially these 2 years, a lot of PJ in KL or from Penang, interior designer from KL to Sabah, most of the project done by them, they will advise the developer or the owner must install the air cleaner to not to pollute the outdoor air, as well as to reduce the maintenance cost in the kitchen.
So I think it's good because you can do a workshop for our interior design students. So then at least they know how to design, how to design actually part of the interior, this one.
Okay.
Part of the, just like we install aircon, so you need the return aircon,
Yes,
air
yes.
return.
Yes.
So similar like this, because it's a new things, we also don't know much about the knowledge. So I think you are the expertise. You need to come. You can guide our students to how to use it, use it for the kitchen,
Okay.
especially for the air cleaner. I think it's good benefit for our students lah. And the society.
Yes.
Okay.
现在演下去呢是这个 activity 的。
Professor Dr. Wilson Yong, will you implement environmental evaporative air cooler into interior design?
In future don't have, because like just now I mentioned, we really don't have this kind of knowledge. So now we already know. So I think this one we should put into our interior design, but maybe is not, as I know, maybe if we want to add on this kind of subjects, I don't know whether we call it is a subjects or it is we need
Programs.
we also need to apply for NQA for approve, because our program already approved it, already approved by NQA. So whatever that we want to add on, so we need the approval from the NQA. But I think such this based on our knowledge, I think this one if we want to add on to the program should be not a problem. So we can introduce to NQA or what, to suggest that this is important for interior design, especially for kitchen. So I think should be not a problem, but we need to go for the procedure lah, by the procedure to submit. But for the time being, we can do workshop. No problems. Okay.
Professor Dr. Wilson Yong, do you have do you the import? Another question.
哪一个第七啊？ do you think it's important?
Okay. Do you think it is important of IAQ that benefits your college and your students?
Yes, definitely benefit. Because interior designs are actually very wide, not like the early time that people think about interior design just like furniture, decoration, Now we need to think about healthy. Because the new renovation, after renovation, very smelly, very dusty, a lot of colors, paint smell, furniture, the kind of smells. I think this is actually not good for the health. Yeah, so I think your products can benefit to this. Is it?
Yeah.
If I'm not
We do have.
yeah,
We do have.
yeah, that kind of
The technology.
the technology.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Yang, will you set up a team to build the real model to promote Blue Tech Environmental IAQ? If yes, when will you intend to kick off and to ensure your student with better input?
Okay, so as we all know that this is part of the new technology and also new things, right? So yes, of course we are open to changes in our syllabus. So when will we kick off? Okay, when will we kick off? Maybe in the future. Okay, it is part of the education need also. Okay, so maybe we will try to look into it in the future. Okay.
Mr. Yang? Okay.
Q5.
Mr. Yang, will you intend to collaborate with your ex-student, Mr. Chong, that granted him to contribute to SIA? If yes, please elaborate the way to bring the success?
Okay, so yes, of course we are open to a lot of changes, like I said, mentioned before lah. So part of it is collaboration with Mr. Rice. Yes, of course we are open to that too, which is good for the younger generations to learn more of what are the new generation will need in the future. So what are the plans? Okay, could be like what Dato mentioned lah. There's a lot of process that we need to go through if we need to change the whole program syllabus. So part of it is that where Mr. Rice can contribute in terms of workshop, trainings, or maybe get the students for the site visit to show what he have been contributing for the past few years. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chong, what is your view about SIA 20 years ago? What do you foresee SIA from today to years to come?
20 years ago, when I was in SIA, like Datuk Yong have said that time when we was in our generation, in that time our college was at Towering, Pinampang Towering. We are not so lucky as present of SIA now. That time our class per room we only can host about 12 students, and that time we still need to use technical pen and drawing board and tracing paper. And after recently, when I pay a visit to our SIA tour by Miss Dayang, there was a tremendous change with 30 years ago. Is it, Dato? 30 years ago, right? 30 years ago, that times we only have about 4 or 5 classrooms in Towering. Compare nowadays, when Dayang had told us you have all the most advanced equipment, computer, and the classroom is tremendous with updated good furniture, tables and chairs, fully aircon. And what I can foresee, SIA is still as one of the local college that provide interior design and architectural. I can foresee that SIA still a lot of area can go beyond what is happening to SIA today, and I can foresee that whatever today's I seen in SIA with my 30 years ago when Datuk Yong was my lecturer, I can foresee the college will be grow more stronger as what I was in that time 30 years ago.
Mr. Chong, what do you think the young and future SIA graduate need to be well equipped with the knowledge and information on Blue Tech Environmental IAQ? Please explain Blue Tech Environmental IAQ.
I think that first of all, today as an interior designer, the challenge should be more competitive in the past, because that in the past in the market of KK here, I have seen three types of interior design in the market. One is from coming in from Kuala Lumpur or from Singapore. Another group is our local interior design. Another group of interior design is based on experience. But however, these three group of people, especially I think only the Kuala Lumpur and the Penang interior designer, they have much more knowledge and experience of the Blue Tech and the IAQ. Actually, Blue Tech is actually the terms of what to treat the indoor IAQ, the indoor air quality, and the cooking, to filtration it, to collect the particles or the oil and discharge out of the building. There is clean air. And most of the local interior designer and those are on experience, they have very lack of knowledge what is Blue Tech. They have I have no not much good knowledge in IAQ. They really have no ideas about IAQ, the importance of IAQ. Inclusive, the student today, I think not they must be only good on their interior design. They even need to be well equipped to design, like example, an aircon, how to implement the IAQ into the aircon, including in the kitchen, inclusive outdoor dining. They are really lack of the knowledge and the experience how to input into their interior design. They need to be more well equipped to be competitive in the market. Otherwise, they can't compete. Because nowadays, as an interior designer, you not only know how you not just know how to coordinate with the contractor. You must even able to communicate the level of mechanical and electrical. If you're unable to handle the whole project on the mechanical and the electrical part, including the IAQ, you lack of the leadership to carry on the project. So they need to be well equipped even in this level.
Do you regret for unable to practice as interior designer?
Sort of. Because that time when I was graduated, the market demand in local here was not as present now, that everything the developer will engage an interior designer. So since I am unable to get a job of interior designer, so temporarily I was involved in the IAQ. But slowly will drag until today. But if you ask me regret or no regret, actually if you ask me today, when I meet up with the developer, when I meet up with the M&E consultant, or I meet up with the contractor, when we on the site, on the discussion on sketching, my sketching is no good, but on the one line, tech measurement, those things that what Datuk Young had teach me, right? I'm still using it.
The knowledge still there.
Yes, I'm still using it in the market. I'm still whatever Datuk Young last time had taught me. Actually, I did apply hidden way to communicate with all the developer, the contractor in many ways. Still applying it. Regret or no regret, just have to go on.
I think the IAQ is part of the interior design.
Okay.
So you are still in the industry. Still. Just like interior designer, actually you do interior design program, not means you should go for interior designers. Maybe it's an interior decorator. Maybe it's the material supplier, building materials. It's part of ID because you have the knowledge. You have the knowledge to tell your clients how to use the materials. Also part of the ID.
Part of the career path.
Yeah, exactly. The aircon also, electricity also. You know how to fit the lighting. You know, how to positioning the lighting, how to choose the lighting. Yeah. So now you choose IAQ. It's part of the ID. The kitchen, what are the air cleaner?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still ID. Okay.
Since you are in a market about 30 years, how tough is to be an interior designer in the market? Please give some advice to the young generation.
I think as an interior designer, you cannot be just good on your design. You have to keep on upgrading yourself to be competitive in the market. Otherwise, you'll be left behind. Because as an interior designer, right, today, you have to be well equipped to know. Example, share example. Let's say a restaurant. Besides, after you doing your design, most of the happen things in the market now is when they did a design of the restaurant, the kitchen part, the interior designers sure leave it empty because they do not know how to plan into the kitchen equipment. Then I think today interior designer need to work hand in hand with the kitchen equipment consultant instead of just leave it blank. That is number one. And number two, that as an interior designer, if you just leave empty to the kitchen empty, the interior designer will face a disaster. Why should I say that? Because that the kitchen and the dining area, if the kitchen, the ventilation, the exhaust system is not been properly designed, during the operation business, the dining aircon will all pour into the kitchen. And the electrical consumption will go very high. Or the kitchen is under design, the exhaust system will end up the kitchen, all the smell will push to the dining area. So the interior designer will have a disaster to answer the question from the client. This is number two. Number three, the interior designer nowadays must also need to consider about safety. Why should I say about safety? We cannot just design the kitchen and the dining that is just nice. We also need to consider when they are bringing their kids into the restaurant for dining, they might bring in their grandparents or their elders into the dining. You have to even think of their safety, their inconvenience of unable to perform a normal walking. So interior designer have to look into this type of elements inside. And number four, I also foresee that most of the interior designers, they have lack of knowledge of fire safety. You might design a fantastic, but in the event of fire, what is your precaution that between the kitchen and the dining customer to access out in the most convenient way? This is the things that I think the college need to input these four areas for the student to be well equipped when the moment they graduated from SIA, they walk up from the college, they even have these four additional things being equipped for them. So when they came to on hand with the customer to handle project, they even can provide the additional knowledge and experience to tell the client, I have this type of skill that most of other college do not have. That the college of mine have given me this of experience and knowledge how to handle the design with additional these four things inside.
My final question is to Professor Dr. Wilson Yong and Ms. Dayang Masuri. Can you disclose what is your strategic planning for SIA next year?
Okay,
For SIA next year, actually we are planning to add more programs, especially for IAQ also can put into the ID program lah, something like that lah. So we also thinking to franchise more bachelor programs for like bachelor in interior design, bachelor in graphic design, because we are planning to upgrading our SIA to becoming university college.
Coming soon, is it?
It's in the process.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I have the same answer like that. This is part of the plan that Dato have already shared. So exactly like what Dato said, we're about to become a bigger education hub lah. Not only focusing, for now we only have 5 programs and also 1 certificate and few short courses, but we're planning to have more focusing on art, design and also music lah. So it become a art center for a lot of different programs, or maybe it could be more than art programs lah in the future. That's the plan. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Professor Dr. Wilson Yong, Ms. Dayang, and also Mr. Rice Chong, for your sharing. I've learned a lot today. Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you so
group
much.
photo，你现在我关掉我电脑先，
你 wrap up。
我走开先。You do the closing.
1 hour. So
跟谁那个
actually
你 just wrap up 啊。
actually
那我们刚才那个
restaurant actually the I don't know because I have no
Today we end our
before
session.
before the
So
briefing
you
because I don't
you
know
will
actual
follow our-
you were
You
planning
will follow our
how is it
posting
lah?
lah.
Is it
Soon
the,
lah.
the
Tell her lah.
this kind of
Follow posting soon.
I mean the
The
way of
arrangement.
Just
the
tell her,
arrangement
wrap up.
is
The
it
sitting is it?
no I mean the talking
Or talking,
Let's
yeah.
wrap.
Yes, it should be this way.
Yeah.
Make
This
it
is
free.
this is the end of
We-
our
I mean,
session.
make it free.
So please
like
follow
like very
our posting
free
and
kind
Oh,
of
free, yeah.
free
Actually,
flow, not like just
忘记了
answer your question like that like that like
This
that.
is the end of
I
our
mean-
session.
I mean like
please
free
follow on
talking.
our
Free talking
We
like
can, but actually we want to have this.
Okay.
This one will be